Good morning, students. This is Saad Farhan Ali, your math teacher. Today we are going to start our next chapter, chapter number 11, that is algebra. This is a new term for you, but it is a very easy chapter. It is simple addition, multiplication, and subtraction at your level. But there are few new things that you guys have not studied earlier. For example, you here in this chapter you will see this type of equations. Here you are familiar with the numbers. These numbers are called constants. But here you also have x, that is called variable. Variable means that it does not have a particular value. It changes value. Like 2 is a constant, 7 is a constant, it will remain constant. But x is not a constant, it has a variable value. That's why it is called variable. It can be x, it can be y, and any alphabet. Usually we use x, y, and z in algebra as variables. It is very easy, it is a fun, and just like you guys play computer games, there you use running, jumping, or finding secret things. Similarly, in algebra you will play with letters, numbers, symbols, and variables, and we will find the equation, we will find the secret variable. So we'll use different tricks, so it will be a great fun. So the first exercise of this chapter, exercise 11.1, page number 226. Question number 1, it says find the rule which gives the number of matchsticks. These are matchsticks required to make the following matchsticks patterns. Use a variable to write the rule. See, this is the question you have been given. So by using matchsticks, you have to make this pattern. So you see, how many matchsticks do you need? One for top and one for this bottom. And how many matchsticks do you use? Only 2 matchsticks. So what will be the rule? If we will take the variable, the number of matchsticks as n, so we have used 2n. So n is number of matchsticks. You can take it as x also, or any other variable. So 2n. That's it. Part B, a pattern of letter Z. See, we make a pattern by using 3 matchsticks. 1, 2, and this one 3. So 3n. Similarly, in the part 4 we use 1, 2, and 3 matchsticks for making u. So 3n again. Part D, for making v we have used 2 matchsticks. So 1 and 2, so 2n. For making E we use 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so 5n. Similarly for S we use 5, so 5n. In A we have used 6 matchsticks, so that is 6n. Question number 2, it says we already know the rule for the pattern of letter L and C and F. Some of the letters from question number 1 given above give us the same rule as that given by L. Which are these, and why does this happen? See, in L, what will be the rule? How many matchsticks do we need? We need only two matchsticks to make a letter L. Only we need two matchsticks. So that rule will be 2n. Now we will check in question number 1 how many letters does have the same rule. So when we will check, we'll get to know that there are only two letters that were having the same rule. So we will write A and D, they have the same rule like 2n. Question number 3. Cadets are marching in a parade. Cadets are soldiers who are getting training. They are marching in a parade. There are 5 cadets in a row. So they make row just like the students make rows in assembly. So there are 5 cadets in one row. What is the rule which gives the number of cadets given the number of rows? Use n for the number of rows. Now here you have been given the variable that you have to use n, so you are bound to use n. But if you have not been given any variable, you can use a variable of your choice. You can use x, y, z, any other variable. So how many number of cadets in a row are? There are 5 cadets in a row. Total number of cadets will be number of cadets in a row multiplied by number of rows. So how many number of cadets? 5. How many number of rows? N. So 5n is the rule. Question number 4. If there are 50 mangoes in a box, how will you write the total number of mangoes in terms of the number of boxes? Use B for the number of boxes. So let B the number of boxes. Number of mangoes in a box, 50. Total number of mangoes will be number of mangoes in a box multiplied by number of boxes. So 50 multiplied by B, we write 50B. Here I would like to mention one thing, that when you write 50B, no need to write multiplication sign in that. It is quite obvious that they are multiplying. When there is no sign, they are multiplying to each other. Another thing, that you cannot write constant after the variable. This is the rule. Means you cannot write B50. That will be wrong. So you have to write 50B every time. Question number 5. The teacher distributes 5 pencils per student. Can you tell how many pencils are needed given the number of students? Use S for the number of students. So let S be the number of students. Pencil given to each student is 5. So total number of pencils required are equal to number of pencils given to each student multiplied by number of students. That is 5S. Question number 6. A bird flies 1 kilometer in 1 minute. Can you express the distance covered by the birds in terms of its flying time in minute? Use T for flying time in minutes. Let T minutes be the flying time. Distance covered in 1 minute by the bird is 1 kilometer. So distance covered in T minute will be distance covered in 1 minute multiplied by flying time. What is the flying time? T. So 1T. So T kilometer, because 1, if you will write 1, you multiply it by 1 or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. So you can write T kilometer or 1T kilometer. Both are same. Question number 7. It says Radha is drawing a dot rangoli, a beautiful pattern of lines joining dots with chalk powder. She has 9 dots in a row. How many dots will her rangoli have for our rows? How many dots are there if there are 8 rows, if there are 10 rows? So actually these are two questions, when there are 8 rows and when there are 10 rows. So number of dots in a row are 9. number of rows are r. So first of all we will make the rule. The total number of dots in r rows will be number of dots in a row multiplied by number of rows, 9r. So now you have got the rule. Now when rows will be 8, so instead of r you will write 8. So 9 8s are 72. If the rows are 10, you will put 10 instead of r, so 10 multiplied by 9, it will be 90. So that's how you can use these formulas. Now you must have better understanding that how helpful these formulas are, because if there will be more number of rows, you cannot find it, but if you have a formula, you just feed into that and you can find it easily. I hope you have understood everything. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.